So hello everyone. Beside next to me is our wonderful friend who need no introduction, Pastor Doug, and he is a wonderful man who loves people and who loves our country so much. And as we said last time, each person is a wonderful book. And Pastor Doug, he is 48 years old, and he has a lot of experience. And we just spoke last night, and he shared with me that he went to India and he stayed there for 10 years. So that means in his life, in his book of life, India, Mumbai is one of the big chapter. And today we would like to turn few pages on that chapter and to help you understand more and more about our friends. Pastor Doug, so please, first time, give him your hand for this. So, Pastor Doug, you told me that when you were 20 years old, the first time you thought about India. Why was that?
Well, when I was a young man, I felt lonely, and I felt lost, and I felt sinful, and I heard about God, and God touched my heart, and God forgave me, and God changed my life, and God gave me compassion for people. And I heard about India, I heard about other nations in the world that have the needs, and I lived in America, but I had a motivation. I want to leave America and go to a place that has needs, that needs to be lifted up, to know that God loves them. And so God chose for me that I should go to India. And later God told me to go to many other places.
Yeah.
So this is when I was a young man, and it took many years of preparation.
Yeah. So I think you said that the first time you landed in India when you were 35 years old, right?
Yes.
So it took you 15 years for preparation.
Yeah, it took me 15 years of preparation, going to college, getting experience teaching and showing compassion to people even in the city in America. And so 15 years of preparation is a long time.
Yeah. I mean, God spoke to you and you waited God for 15 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And so you were born in America, right?
I was born in the middle of America in Kansas.
Yeah.
And had a great life there.
Okay, you said great life because yes, America is the strongest and wealthiest country on earth. I mean, all people want to come to America because good lifestyle there, all the wealth and proper there. But you want to leave America, and we see on TV that India is the country who got a lot of problems. So the first time God spoke to you and you waited God for 15 years. So the first time when you landed to India, a poor country, what would you think?
Well, first of all, when I left America, I remember that I had a nice life there. I had many nice things there. But one thing you can know about America is that even though it looks very nice on the TV and in the movies, on the inside, America is empty.
Empty.
They're empty. They have many things, but they become empty on the inside because they don't know the love of God, the obedience to God, and how the purpose for their life. But many people in America are only living for the purpose of pleasure and fun and selfish things. And God delivered me from these vain things to show me there was an eternal purpose. And I got a motivation to leave America and go to India. And I saw lots of poverty in India. I saw lots of idols,
hình tượng, những bức tượng.
Statues of things that people would pray to, and I saw there was a caste system of the rich and the poor treating each other differently, and so I saw many society problems, but then I also saw that people were very friendly and and humble and very easy to make a friends.
Okay. Okay. So you were in America, and in there, like you said, I mean, you have a big house, you have all the facility, comfort life. But in India, you said that you went to the city in Mumbai, right? And
Mumbai.
And you be there, and so when you went to the slum area, and in there, no electricity, no running water, and then I mean, how can you adapt to that life? I mean,
Well,
like the life of pleasure
Yeah.
in America to the life of I mean, you don't have many things.
So in Mumbai, the city has over 20 million people.
Yeah.
So it's like double Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah.
You know? And the people are living in the high-rise apartment buildings, tall buildings, and at the bottom of the buildings is the slum, which is the people living in the bad condition. And you know that now they have electricity in the slum.
Okay.
But they don't have the running water, and they don't have the toilets in the home, and there's many things they're missing.
Yeah.
And they're lacking many things, and so the people living in the slum, or they would say the chawl system, they're the poor people coming from the village, and they hear about the big city, so they leave the province and they leave the village, and they come to the big city looking for prosperity, looking for jobs, and looking for money, but they end up living in the poor conditions, and they get jobs as they're a maid, they can be a driver,
Yeah.
they can iron the clothes,
Yeah.
they can wash the clothes, they can work in the restaurant and sell tea, sell small things. So they have the small jobs. The people living in the high-rise apartments have the nice office jobs, and the IT professionals and the Bollywood actors and all the Indian movies and the high jobs, you know. And so the rich people look down at the window at the poor people and say, oh, those people there.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that, I had a desire. I want to go to that place where the poor people are living and just make friends. And at first, I was afraid, you know, because it looks very strange.
Yeah.
How can I walk into that place and what can I say?
Okay.
But if I walk to that place and introduce myself and show friendship,
Yeah.
show love and kindness and compassion, then all of the people are very happy to meet you, and they invite me to their home.
Yeah.
You know, and so I went inside the home with the poor people, and of course you have to get down low inside to go inside the door.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a small door, you know.
Yeah.
And you go deep inside the home and you sit. The home is about the size of maybe half of this room. You
Okay.
know? From this to that wall is the home.
Okay.
The whole, and sometimes there will be 10 or 15 people living in one home.
Okay.
And so they will be living, you know, from this wall to that wall.
Okay.
Sleeping on the floor here, cooking the food there.
Okay.
Having the books here, having the clothes here.
Yeah.
And they have to go outside for the toilet.
Yeah.
But one thing they always have in the home is a television. They have a TV.
Okay.
And they have every cable channel. They're watching all the movies and they're watching all the sports games. And so they have electricity now.
Yeah.
And so they have a satellite dish on the top of the slum. And so, but every home will invite you to their home and have chai tea
Yeah.
and food with them. And it was very amazing to make the friends with them.
Okay. So you went to India to help people and also share the love of God with them. So what was the first reaction of Indian people for salvation?
Yeah, so they were very happy to learn that there's a creator God, the creator, the father of all of the world who made everyone.
Yeah.
And I taught them that God made everyone equal, that there's no high and there's no low, but everyone is equal.
Yeah.
And everyone is loved by God.
Okay.
And everyone can be a child of God.
Yeah.
And this was very exciting for the people. They loved the message.
Yeah. They loved the message and reacted.
They reacted with enthusiasm.
Okay, sự nhiệt tình.
This is a new word we're learning today.
Yeah.
Enthusiasm, they have that.
Yeah. So it seemed like my story that for the first time, 2 times I tried to kill myself because I couldn't forgive what I did wrong. And when I heard about, for the beginning, I don't know about God, but my friend said to me, "Oh, somebody can forgive my sins." And I said, "Oh, really? I mean, can anybody forgive and be friend with the kind of people like I was?" And so I reacted quickly and hurry because that what I was searching for long time. Yeah, and so you started. You said 3 churches and some orphans home there.
Yeah, we helped some of the pastors to start churches, and we helped to teach classes. And in that place, we did not start an orphan home, but already in that place there was an orphan home that we visited the orphans and spent time with the children in that particular place.
Yeah.
So we were very happy when we saw that orphan place, that all of the street children, there are some children who live on the streets, and this orphan home was taking them into the home.
Okay. So that means you have churches and orphans home there. Yeah, and so in 10 years you are there, and was there any discouragement for you to stay in India?
Sometimes there was discouragement because of the society. Sometimes there were certain high people in society that were offended or in their emotions did not like the activity of the believers.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was discouraging to see that here we're trying to help people, we're trying to show love to the people, but some of the high people in society were trying to discourage us and saying you should not be doing that.
Yeah. And so is there any changing in that area? That
every day things are changing.
The caste system is a thing that you were born rich, you were born high, so okay, you deserve it, and you were born poor, you were born low, so you deserve it, and cannot change it. So is there any, after for decades, and you share the love, and also in your government they work in it, is it any changing for that?
Yeah, slowly things are changing there, and it's against the law, but many times the law is not enforced. So there's a law that says you cannot operate the caste system, you cannot discriminate. The high people and the low people must treat each other equally. That's the law. But even though that's the law, but people don't follow the law.
Yeah.
They break the law and no one does anything.
Yeah.
So, but it's changing slowly.
It's changing slowly.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about the children in the orphan homes you have to build up. Did they go to school, and you have any program for them to go to the college and then get high education?
There were 2 places. We traveled outside the city, and we went to other places where we needed to help the orphans. And in every place that the orphans are rescued, the school is there to give them a good education and to see they have a good opportunity for a good future. And so that's most important. Yeah.
And so, your story, your sacrifice for India is really impressive us. So we are happy to know that this July you will move and work full time in Vietnam. So what God spoke to you? What did God speak to you about Vietnam?
Yes, so I love Vietnam, and I want to come and teach English here. And I just love the Vietnamese people. They are the most friendly people, and I find that they're very hungry to learn.
Yeah.
And in many places I go, the people are not so hungry to learn. And you can travel to other nations, and teach people. And sometimes the students in other nations, they will say, oh, yeah, it's okay. They listen.
Yeah.
But in Vietnam, people are hungry. Yes, I want to know more. Please teach me, you know.
Yeah.
So the Vietnamese people are so wonderful.
Yeah. So I was I am blessed that I got you as my good friend, and you came to Vietnam many times, and you helped me with my English, and you gave me a lot of opportunities to work with you, to share gospel of God with the people in Vietnam, and now we received the good news that you will be here, and it's amazing, and we are thankful you that for your heart, for your love, for your effort to left America to go to some developing country where people need help, and you are here to help people, and we pray that you can be get more friends with the people, and your message of hope, your message of love, your message of salvation will come to more and more people's heart, and it's a wonderful opportunity for young Vietnamese people like us can listen, can feel, can understand about your heart and for your work, and hopefully when you are here, any help, just tell us, and we would like to do. And thank you again. Welcome here.
Okay, thank you.